Good morning, rise and shine. It is 6 a.m. It's time to get out there before it gets too hot. We're starting in the 70s, not too bad, but we are not going to be experiencing a cloud-covered afternoon, at least not yet. We're going to be checking in with Justin to see what we can expect today and the rest of the week.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
All right, it is 6 o'clock on your Tuesday, July 16th. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. And we've already established that today is National Personal Chef Day, but it's also apparently World Snake Day.
Okay.
A lot of different things going on today, yes.
Go visit your, I guess, our local snake farm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, it makes me think, especially with the heat that we're seeing out there, about all the sort of creepy crawlers that we see come out during this time of year. Yeah, I'm always kind of keeping an eye on, you know, when you got to like pull out some covers or something.
As we should.
You do need to watch.
Yes.
The snakes come out, and especially when it gets dry, they're looking for water, right? So you don't want to mess with them.
No.
But man, you know how I feel about these days. They have a day for everything, okay?
They do.
Personal Chef Day, come on.
Who has a personal chef here?
Who gets to make these things up?
Nobody here.
Nobody. Not me, that's for sure. Anyway, 98 degrees is what we're looking for today here in San Antonio. There's going to be a lot of triple digits around the state. 101 in Amarillo today, so it'll be hot up there, but they have more of a dry heat, right? We're going to have more of a heat index to contend with this afternoon. It's hot across the state, but not as hot as it is out west and actually to our north and east, so it could be worse. Again, 98 is what we're forecasting, but by 2 o'clock we're already up to 94. Any sort of cloud cover we have this morning goes away, and we get mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Rain chances. This is where we get into some good news. Not much today or tomorrow, but Thursday we bring the rain chances up 30%, and we'll have some more opportunities down the line. In fact, next week, looking at the newest model runs, it looks like it could be potentially at least a little bit wet. So we'll talk more about that, why we're seeing this pattern change. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. But we toss it back to my friend RJ over here for traffic.
Yes, I will definitely take that, Justin. All right, 35 at Alamo, seeing traffic move along both directions right there in the downtown area. Remember, earlier we had a report of a stalled vehicle, 35 southbound at Nogolito Street, but not seeing that being reported by TxDOT at the moment. So everything's looking pretty good. We have also picked up a lot of that overnight construction. But before we went to break, we checked in with DriveCam. Alex Gomez was at the scene of a potential incident out there on the south side off of Morrison Boulevard. So let's go ahead and see if we can go to Alex right now. And apparently he is still on the move. So Alex, you've been very busy over the past 15 minutes or so, my friend.
Good morning, RJ. And that accident that you're talking about, that was just a little bit west of downtown. It was at the intersection of Delgado and Hamilton. So if you're going on Delgado and you're headed westbound, those lanes are going to be blocked. But it was clearing. It was a motorcycle accident to where it was a hit and run, but the driver was transported to a nearby hospital. But again, it was in the clearing stages, so that intersection should be opening up soon. But you're right, we're going to another incident on the south side. It's going to be a working fire, so we're headed that way. We already have crews that headed out in that direction not too long ago, so we're going to meet up with them and then give you the latest details on what's happening on the south side. RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Alex, for checking things out with us on DriveCam, and we also will check in with Devin Karp here in just a little bit, who's with Alex this morning in our streaming vehicle. We'll check in with them here in just a bit. Stephanie?
Thanks, RJ. Well, right now the search is on for the person who shot and killed a 14-year-old boy on the city's east side. This happened just before midnight on South Mittman, not far from South Gevers and Fair Avenue. So he has been identified as Timothy Chavez. Police say he was shot multiple times in the street in front of his house. We are told that neighbors heard a car drive away. He died at the scene. And right now we are taking a live look at Milwaukee, Wisconsin before night 2 of the Republican National Convention. Last night, former President Donald Trump secured his party's nomination for the 3rd time and announced his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Now, the 39-year-old senator was born and raised in Ohio. He also served with the Marines in Iraq before launching his career in politics in 2021. He also worked as a venture capitalist and rose to national fame with his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, but he wasn't always a Trump ally. Vance had criticized the former president after the 2016 election, but later reversed his opinion by the time he was elected to office in 2022. There is an entire article on our website breaking down Vance's history, who he is, and the entire timeline of his relationship with former President Trump. You can read it right now by scanning this QR code on your screen. It is also on our website.
Yeah, a lot of news coming out of there. Meanwhile, with only 4 months until the presidential election, of course, there are a lot of questions coming up about the potential impact of former President Trump's attempted assassination and what impact that will have on this race.
Well, our Avery Everett spoke to political science professors across San Antonio who all say both sides' campaign strategies are likely to shift.
This is going to be an incredibly important election.
In the days after the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, campaigns for the presidential race are expected to change. Before Saturday, political science experts say the Biden and Trump campaigns focused on personality and qualities rather than their policy. But the attempted assassination has put a pause on these efforts.
Because of what happened.
Trinity University professor Juan Sepulveda says Trump's campaign is pushing his survival as a strategy to win votes.
On former President Trump's side, their campaign, they're going to go even deeper on the strength message.
Well, both of them have.
And that's why Professor Dr. Lydia Andrade at the University of the Incarnate Word says the Biden campaign has tough decisions ahead.
If everything's been about personalities, when is it okay to attack the gentleman that just had an assassination attempt? That's a delicate one for the Biden campaign.
There's no.
With drastically different stances on what the American government should look like, this election is in the spotlight. Now, voter participation may hit a turning point.
How could that influence voters in November?
Oh, I think it's going to motivate a lot of voters.
Is there a sympathy vote? Is there something that comes across, makes this notion of strength in an even deeper piece? And that's going to be kind of one of the key questions moving forward.
As campaigns could change, their proof of success will show up at the polls on November 5th.
This week, the Republican National Convention also started. We have up-to-date details on what's happening there on KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Well, just a reminder, last night was just the first of 4 nights that ABC will broadcast the Republican National Convention. You can watch it live before the night beat starts tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday night starting at 9. And you can watch it right here on KSAT 12 or any of our streaming platforms. Well, it's been over a week since millions of homes and businesses lost power in Houston. This morning, the main energy provider in that area, CenterPoint Energy, says 129,000 of their customers are still in the dark.
Yeah, you know, Stephanie, I have some good friends there that just got their power back. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. So it's definitely been a struggle for a lot of folks out there. CenterPoint says that 98% of its customers will have power back by the end of the day tomorrow. However, CenterPoint is now under local, state, and national scrutiny for the way that it handled Beryl before and after the storm made landfall. Area hospitals saw a massive spike in heat-related illnesses, and Governor Greg Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick both spent time in Houston to survey the damage. The governor said that the utilities company's slow response to getting power back on is endangering lives.
The lack of power provided by CenterPoint continues to compromise lives here in the greater Houston-Harris County area.
All right, question now is what happens next? The governor's office has promised to hold CenterPoint Energy responsible for this so-called gaffe.
The State Public Utility Commission will investigate why power restoration is taking so long, and CenterPoint Energy has until the end of the month to explain to state leaders how it will limit outages the next time a major storm hits Houston.
And right now on our website, KSAT.com, it probably feels like summer just started, but it's never too early. Oh man, the kids don't want to hear this. To prepare for the upcoming school year, if parents need help doing that, there are so many ways to get school supplies all over the Alamo City. We're talking about things like backpack giveaways, just one way that local districts and nonprofits are helping families ahead of the school year. If you want to learn more information about how to get help for your kiddo, your student, just scan the QR code that you see on the bottom left hand of your screen right now.
One time now, 6:10 and 77 degrees for now.
Yeah, definitely some warmness out there right now. And here's a look at what's coming up next on GMSA.
For the land of the free.
Are your ears hurting?
No comment. Well, after the break, baseball fans are talking about a different kind of pitch this morning after a rough national anthem performance during last night's Home Run Derby.
Welcome back. Well, is everyone ready to prepare their ears for this?
Yes.
Well, this morning we're talking about a different rendition of the national anthem at last night's Home Run Derby, and this is making all the headlines this morning.
Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Ingrid Andress is going viral for her performance.
Well, as ABC's Rhiannon Alley tells us, it wasn't quite the home run that fans expected to see.
Oh, say, can you see?
Fans at the Home Run Derby were paying attention to a different kind of pitch last night.
That our flag was still there.
Four-time Grammy-nominated country music star Ingrid Andress becoming the latest singer to struggle with the national anthem.
For the land of the
Critics flooded the singer's social media account with memes reacting to the Star-Spangled Spectacle. Comments on her Instagram account later disabled. She's far from the first performer to be challenged by the anthem. From Michael Bolton forgetting the lyrics in 2003.
By the dawn's early light.
To Fergie's creative rendition, which she acknowledged did not strike the intended tone. Many singers have had trouble with it, but one anthem performance left critics saying, I have nothing to criticize. Whitney Houston at the 1991 Super Bowl.
As for the Home Run Derby, Teoscar Hernandez was the big winner after outlasting Bobby Witt Jr. in a dramatic final round. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
I still have chills listening to
Whitney's amazing, yes.
Yeah.
That's an all-timer right there.
I know, even that short little clip. I was
Yes. But, you know, I got to give it to this Ingrid girl. At least she didn't forget the lyrics of it, right?
Yeah. And there's been some bad ones. Obviously, Roseanne Barr had a pretty bad one at a baseball game. And then Carl Lewis, I remember, obviously not a singer, the multi-sport, the Olympian, he had a pretty bad one, too, before a New Jersey Nets game, I believe. That was pretty rough.
That's a pretty big deal. But, you know, we were talking about it this morning. I'm not a huge country music fan, but I did not know Ingrid Andress until today. Last night.
Now everybody knows.
Now everyone knows.
And now we know. So I don't know if maybe that was the goal, but we are talking about it.
You said that I thought I saw maybe someone say that their dogs were their dogs were howling, I guess.
Rob tells me, good morning, Rob, that the anthem was so bad. He said my dogs were begging me to mute the sound.
Oh, man.
Or maybe they were singing along.
Maybe they were singing along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch. Okay. One, yes, definitely an anthem that will be remembered for. I'm not even going to remember who won the Home Run Derby anyway.
Well, I mean, it was mentioned in the story, and I completely forgot as well.
So.
That's funny.
Good on that guy.
All right. Well, time now 6:17. We're going to go ahead and look out there with TransGuide. How's it looking, RJ?
Yeah, things are looking pretty good out there as we take a look at 281 at the Quarry. Traffic moving along pretty good both directions there. No major incidents to let you guys know about. If you're about to step outside right now, let's go ahead and check in with our newest GMSA reporter, Devin Karp. He's hanging out with Alex Gomez this morning in DriveCam. So, Devin, what is the latest out there? How are things looking on the roads? And just kind of give us an update of what you guys are up to.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been driving down all this morning. So far, road conditions have been pretty clear. We've seen, according to AAA, gas is sitting at around just about $3 a gallon, so not too bad of a price. We are actually at the scene of a fire right now. I'm going to go ahead and show this to y'all here. We got off the highways to make sure that we could go check this out, see what's going on. We've heard some things on scanner, but we haven't had a lot of information confirmed yet, so we're going to come back to y'all with some more once we learn about it. But so far, we haven't seen too much trouble out there on the highways today. Things are doing good here in the packed car we got coming up right here. So stay tuned on GMSA. We'll keep you updated and we'll let you know what's going on at this scene right here.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Doing double duty out there.
He is.
Checking out different scenes with photojournalist Alex and our intern Angelina back there.
That looks like a fun time. They're all together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Next time I want to see the
Maybe they're
coffee
singing the national anthem to each other. I don't know.
Keeping
Cranking
each
up
other
the
awake.
music between shots, probably. Okay, temperatures this morning, they're a little warm, 77. We got up to 97 yesterday, so it stands to reason we're getting up to a warm start. It's going to be another warm afternoon. We probably end up right about where we were yesterday. Now, it's 72 right now in Bernie, 71 Kerrville. And I'm looking, there's not a lot of morning clouds. We may see a few, but the more sun we see early on, the hotter it's going to be this afternoon. I think that's probably how it plays out. 80 degrees at 9 o'clock, noontime 89. Our temperature we end up with today, 98, but it'll feel like 102 to 103 when you factor in that humidity. It's not hot only here. I mean, you go across the country, there are a lot of big-time temperatures that are going to unfold today. Places like Little Rock and Memphis, that's where we have excessive heat warnings. Heat index values will jump above 105 there, up and down the East Coast. So no matter where you go, it's hot in the United States. So I guess I say that to let you know it could be worse here in San Antonio. As we look at the clouds and radar, I'm going to start this off at 6:15 last night. I want to show you a big storm system that unfolded across the Midwest. It was a line of storms that came through Chicago, Indianapolis, and is now making its way down towards St. Louis this morning. But man, did it pack a punch. There were so many wind reports out of this, and this is what we call a derecho event. So that means that this thing traveled hundreds of miles and produced winds in excess of 60, 70 miles per hour in some cases, all the way from Minneapolis down to Indianapolis, crossing over Chicago. The tornado sirens were going off in Chicago last night. So this was a big weather event. We see these from time to time here across the Midwest. But that was kind of the big weather story overnight, certainly well to our north. But as we get into the next couple of days, we're going to see some rain of our own, I think. High pressure starts to move off to the west. This opens the door for some disturbances to roll north to south across Texas, and this is Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Notice we've got some showers and storms perched just to our north. I think by Thursday, this energy starts to work in, and we could see some storms here locally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably even into next week as this high pressure stays away from us, and that's exactly the kind of pattern we like around here. That means it's cooler, and that means we got rain chances. So 98 Wednesday, 95 Thursday. We bring the temperatures down with that chance of rain, 30%. I think Friday and Saturday, maybe rain chances are a little lower, but I'll bump them back up Sunday and Monday as the pattern looks pretty decent, guys, for rain. July can often be really bad for us. In this case, it's not so bad. Yeah. We've got temperatures below 100 and rain chances there throughout the 7-day forecast.
Yeah, thumbs up.
We will definitely take any sort of rain chances we get. Yeah, because sometimes it gets hot and sticky out there. Definitely don't want to get stuck out.
My yard's actually green for once.
I know, ours too. It's wonderful. We'll keep it up, Justin.
We'll take it. Yeah. Time now is 6:22 and 77 degrees outside.
Let's look outside with live cam. Yeah, not too bad right now. We'll take the 70s. We know things will heat up, but hey, we're not going to be in the triple digits this afternoon. Great news all around. We'll be right back.
The darkness of bipolar depression made me feel like I was losing interest in the things I love. Then I found a chance to let in the light.
Discover Capilita. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Capilita is proven to deliver significant symptom relief from both bipolar 1 and 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Caplyta can cause serious side effects. Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Report fever, confusion, or stiff muscles which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements which may be permanent. Common side effects include sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, and dry mouth. These aren't all the side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Caplyta can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Caplyta. Find savings and support at caplyta.com.
All right, it's the summer shopping holiday. Amazon Prime Day is here. The two-day event for Amazon Prime members means that thousands of items are on sale in several different categories.
So what's the best way to get the best deals? Well, one shopping expert says look for Amazon's own brands like Amazon Essentials.
So during Prime Day, Amazon always has the deepest discounts on their proprietary brands. So, their Amazon Basics, Amazon Essentials. So those are clothing and then household items, and then all of their proprietary devices.
Well, she also says a good way to know when deals are available is to sign up for automatic notifications and watch for deals throughout both days of the sale. Are you making your list?
Yeah, I checked it yesterday. Actually, I was working with Patty and we were looking through some of this stuff. They have a little mini Keurig that I'm very interested in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I definitely will get FOMO if I go on that website right now.
Yeah.
I don't intend to buy anything, but then once you're there.
Once you start looking,
yes,
you're going to find things that you need, right?
Sure, in air quotes.
Time now.
Need, for sure.
626 and 77 degrees for now.
Yeah, we're taking a look at TransGuide right now as we take a look. 37 Jones Avenue, traffic moving along both directions right there pretty well. 37 at Hackberry, same situation there as well. We will get another check of the forecast. Also, we're going to check in with DriveCam right now as we have a dynamic duo out there, Devin Karp and Alex Gomez, later on coming up after the break. All right, 6:30 right now, taking a look outside with live cam as the sun kind of peeks its way through here on a Tuesday morning across the Alamo City, and we are getting ready for hopefully, crossing fingers here, some rain coming up later on this week.
Yeah, we hope
Justin's
so.
looking at me.
We might.
Cross the fingers and toes.
Okay, we hope so. Although, I mean, we did get rain last week,
True.
And we
Yes.
did get some nice cloud cover. We didn't get rain, so we're just hoping it happens again.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
I think it's a decent shot Thursday and a Friday, and then probably again next week. So can't get mad at the weather guy.
We'll take it. No, definitely.
Everybody's
Definitely.
happy with you
I'm
right
rooting
now.
for you, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. There's actually rain on the radar this morning, if you can believe that. Nothing here in San Antonio, but down across the southwestern portion of our viewing area, Maverick County, down towards Carrizo Springs, we are detecting a few sprinkles. This is not heavy, and it won't be, but if you're watching us from Secatula, Carrizo Springs, maybe Crystal City, you can see a few sprinkles or some light rain this morning. Our forecast for today here in San Antonio, a few clouds early, although we're not seeing much out there. 86 at 11 o'clock, 94 at 2 p.m. Then we make our way up to 98. It'll feel like 102, 103 this afternoon when you factor in the humidity. And outside right now, we've got 77 here in San Antonio, 73 in New Braunfels, 77 in Converse, 70 in Bernie. It's not off to that bad of a start, but it does get hot this afternoon. Those changes probably kick in Thursday into Friday. We're going to talk more about that pattern change, what it means, and how long rain chances may hang around coming up here in just a couple minutes. But we'll toss it back over to RJ now. Any issues yet?
All right, Justin, seen a couple of things on the roads right now as we take a look at some of your TransGuide traffic cameras. 35 at Alamo, traffic moving pretty good there. 37 at Jones Avenue, same situation there as well. If you're traveling on the east side of town right now, we have a stalled vehicle being reported on the southbound lanes of Loop 410 at Rigsby Avenue. So keep that in mind if you're headed out east side right now. But for the most part, things are looking pretty good out there as people make their way out on their Tuesday morning. And you know what? Alex Gomez has been very busy for us throughout this morning, headed to multiple scenes. So you know what? Let's go ahead and check in with him and see how things are looking out there in DriveCam. Alex, how you doing?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. I'm actually leaving this scene right here. This is the incident that we were at earlier when I was with Devin. This is going to be at the structure fire on Ansley Street. It's right off of Pleasanton Road, and as you can see, Ansley Street is actually going to be completely blocked off because of all the first responders here. The good news is that Pleasanton Road is not being affected as of right now. All open lanes. I'm going to get back on the road. I do have Devin. He's here on scene, and he's talking to the San Antonio Fire Department, and he's going to be able to give you a lot more details coming up to him. RJ.
Our crew there obviously teaming up out there at that incident. We will check back in with them.
Well, it has been kept from the public for more than 2 years, but now we could get records from the Robb Elementary School shooting by the end of this month. So KSAT is one of a dozen media organizations suing for their release.
Well, a judge ruled that 2 Uvalde agencies must actually turn them over. Our Daniela Ibarra spoke with an attorney on the case about what you could see and what's still tied up in the courts.
21 names and 21 crosses. For the last 2 years, the Uvalde victims' families and the public have fought to remember them. They've also pushed for answers about what happened at Robb Elementary School. Some of those answers could come as soon as July 28th.
We think this is an important step towards transparency and accountability.
Reed Piliphant is an attorney with Haynes & Boone, a firm representing a dozen media organizations, including KSAT 12.
And the public will get a chance to see an unvarnished look at those records.
This order from the judge on July 8th requires Uvalde CISD and the Uvalde County Sheriff's Office to turn over records tied to the Robb Elementary School shooting. That includes body camera footage, 911 calls, emails, and text messages.
What it does is give a window into the actions of people that day, how schools are prepared or not prepared, how law enforcement officers acted or didn't act.
Why is that so important?
Because most of what we know right now has really been filtered through other agencies. We know what the Texas House has told us. We know what the U.S. Department of Justice has told us. But the public really hasn't had an opportunity to see many of these records for themselves.
2 weeks ago, a grand jury indicted former UCISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo and former officer Adrian Gonzalez. Both face multiple felony charges of abandoning/endangering a child. Families of the victims and survivors hope to see more accountability.
Do you think by releasing these records, there might be more indictments coming?
We don't think the release of these records will have a direct effect on the district attorney's decision.
As soon as those records are released, journalists here at KSAT 12 are going to be poring over them, and we're going to bring you the latest information. Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Well, those county and school district records aren't the only ones that we've been waiting for. KSAT and several other news organizations are still fighting to get documents from the Texas Department of Public Safety. DPS is asking a judge to keep its Uvalde records secret, which has delayed the release of those records and answers for the families of the 21 victims. Well, meanwhile, the Uvalde School Board unanimously agreed on a plan between the district and the Moving Forward Foundation to make sure that state funds given to the foundation will be used to build a new elementary school. The foundation will keep the district in the loop on the new school construction project with quarterly progress reports that show how those funds are being used. And right now we want to go ahead and go to late breaking news on the south side of town. The crews are on the scene of a fire on East Ansley Boulevard.
And that's near Morrison Avenue. Devin Karp just arrived at the scene in drive cam. Devin, what is the latest that you can tell us?
Yeah, guys, good morning. So far I've talked to some of the fire investigators in command here who say they're still trying to figure out exactly what caused this fire. But here's what they were able to let me know. They say this call came in just before 6, around 5:52 in the morning, and started primarily in one bedroom in the house behind me. Now, the family was inside, but thankfully there are no injuries according to command. Now, they say they still don't understand the cause of this fire, but it is knocked down. Right now, there's a CPS crew here that appears to be looking for an extension that we're trying to understand some of that as well. But so far, this fire has been knocked down. The family is safe and okay, and it is under investigation as to what exactly the cause is. But so far, we do have traffic and the fire vehicles blocking the road right here. So if you're coming through East Ansley, you might want to take another route for your morning commute.
All All right, thank you, Devin Karp. Well, looking ahead, a Texas man is set to be executed tonight, condemned in the deadly stabbing of an 85-year-old woman in her home. Ruben Gutierrez long sought DNA testing, claiming it would help prove he was not responsible for the death back in 1998 in Brownsville. Prosecutors say the murder was a part of an attempt to steal more than $600,000 that the woman had hidden in her home. Gutierrez says he did not kill her.
Well, in tonight's KSAT Investigates, cell phone camera footage shared with KSAT shows a San Antonio police officer using his stun gun to subdue a suspect seen walking away from a stolen truck.
Well, that man has been identified as 24-year-old Benjamin Aguirre.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you?
Well, Aguirre tells KSAT Investigates that he simply wanted to know why he was being detained and that the officer did not provide a reason. The San Antonio Police Department's master taser instructor walked us through when it's appropriate for officers to use their stun guns.
When can we use the taser? When lesser means have failed to accomplish that arrest. So if I've already tried verbal and hands-on and that's not working, then our policy allows us to move up to the next force available, which would be intermediate weapons.
Well, Dylan Collier and KSAT Investigates takes you inside that chaotic scene. That's tonight on The Night Beat.
The time now 6:39 and 77 degrees for now.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. Well, just ahead, graduating high school seniors are getting a crash course in finance as they head to college or into the workforce. We're going to tell you what they should be learning before they go ahead and live on their own. Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. Hopefully you guys are having a good Tuesday morning so far. We're talking about graduating high school seniors. They're actually getting out of their parents' home as they head to college or into the workforce.
Well, as many of these young people take on financial responsibilities for the first time ever. So digital journalist Ivan Herrera has some ways to help you budget to live on your own.
Ready to get out of your parents' home to make it out on your own? First things first, you're going to need an income to pay for all of your expenses.
To build a budget, figure out how much you'll make per month. Factor in your income tax payments to figure out your net income.
Now it's time to start a budget. I like to use the Numbers app on my phone, but you can also use spreadsheet software, you can use budgeting apps, or just a pencil and a paper.
Joey makes $2,500 a month. His rent with a roommate is $700 with utilities included. His grocery bill is about $250 a month for his food and other essentials. Plus, he just got a new car. That's about $750 a month with insurance. Joey has to also consider other costs such as his health insurance and setting aside money for saving, investing, and other bills. Once Joey has his budget all together, he can determine how much he'll have left over at the end of the month by subtracting his income from his expenses. For more budgeting tips like this, plus all of the other money stories that we have, visit ksat.com/money. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
Always good stuff there from Ivan on our digital team here as we take a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. 281 with the Quarry, traffic moving pretty good there. Out there by the airport, 281 Loop 410, seeing some smooth sailing on the highways right now, 281 at Grayson. But let's go ahead and check in with our guy on the ground in DriveCam, photojournalist Alex Gomez. Alex, it's been a very busy hour for you. How are things looking out there, my friend?
Good morning. I just made it downtown, 35 northbound right here at McCullough. And you know what, RJ? It has been pretty busy, but it's starting to stabilize for the most part. I'm going on 35 north. Again, downtown area traffic seems to be all right, but I know Stephanie was saying that she didn't see my coffee. It's been here the whole time, RJ.
I believe it, man. I rode with you in there.
Now I see it.
And he takes it just straight black. Yeah, he doesn't get anything in there. I was like, I don't know how you do that, man, but I guess it gets him through. It's his fuel for the entire day. Thank you very much, Alex, for checking things out for us.
Good job. And even though it's summertime, he doesn't have iced coffee.
No, definitely not. No,
traditional coffee.
Hot coffee there.
Yeah. Where's your coffee?
I drank it all. It's an empty container right there. And there's yours right there.
That's third cup. Let's talk about temperatures across the country. You know, it's kind of hard to think about hot coffee when you look at these numbers. This is where we're going to head this afternoon. 98 in San Antonio, 108 in Phoenix, 108 in Las Vegas. That's where the heat has been, and that's where it's going to stay. because high pressure is drifting in that direction. But also hot across the East Coast. I mean, it's been a hot stretch for a large portion of the country, even Dallas around 101. These are just air temperatures, okay? The heat index is going to be all that much worse, especially as you go east. But what do we have to look forward to? Well, that high pressure starts to drift a little bit further west. As it does, opens up the door for some disturbances to roll around this ridge of high pressure. A lot of times when we get into what we call northerly flow, which is what we'll be in, you get these disturbances or outflow boundaries or weak frontal boundaries that can drift from North Texas down into South Texas. I think that's what unfolds late Wednesday and Thursday. This particular model wants to bring in some storms Thursday morning. We'll see. It's all going to depend on the outflow boundaries. That's what drives this kind of weather pattern. But I do think on Thursday, because of the setup, we'll have an increased chance for rain. Right now we're putting it at about 30%. I think even on Friday that chance will be there. Right now I think Thursday is probably the best opportunity we have. We'll bring rain chances down a little bit Friday and Saturday, but Sunday and Monday we bring them right back up because the pattern kind of stays the way it is, and we'll get some more disturbances rolling around that high. Right now 77 in San Antonio. If you're heading out the door, no issues at all. There are a couple showers down closer to Carrizo Springs. We noticed that on radar, but nothing that is very heavy. And there is showing a few spots where we may be seeing some very, very patchy fog, but so far visibility's been just fine. Noontime 89. Mostly sunny this afternoon. We make our way up to 98. It feels like 103 once we get into peak heating this afternoon. South-southeasterly winds anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And this is the forecast heat index, 103, maybe even 104 here in San Antonio. But you'll see triple digits for that feels like number today. Just know that. It's going to be probably the hottest day in our extended forecast. Yesterday was hot. Today we could go a degree or two warmer. I don't think we hit 100 for the air temperature, but we'll get awful close. Tomorrow, 98 once again, and then we lower temperatures on Thursday with that prospect for rain, 30% chance. 20% chance Friday and Saturday, and I get the lower temperatures even more going into next week. As we get closer, we may be able to raise those rain chances some, which is incredible. We love the 7-day forecast, but it has been hot last couple days, and the summer-like temperature and temps and humidity are back. So Patty Santos is here with what you need to know if you're dealing with some AC problems.
Problems with your AC this summer? Get those units checked before our temperatures reach over 100 degrees. An AC technician tells us staying on top of the annual maintenance is a good idea, but monthly checks by homeowners are crucial to preventing problems.
And this is where they can pour water down into the drain line, and that way it stays clear and don't have any backup problems.
Jeremy Cox with John Wayne Service Company shows us how to drain the line each month using vinegar and hot water. It will get rid of clogs in the line. Check the equipment outside. Make sure it's clear of debris and even insects or animals. And remember to change the filters in your unit. If you have pets that shed inside your home, that's even more crucial. If there's a backup or a problem, your AC might be telling you that.
If you have an issue with the drain stopping up pretty regularly, that's going to be a sign that the drain line probably wasn't designed correctly. Hopefully they have some sort of switch like this that if it does back up before it starts to pour into the home, it'll turn the system off so your house gets hot before you start getting water damage in the home.
And that's why he says it's so important to know what's included in your annual maintenance. I had that problem not too long ago. The line was clogged, and we have it checked every year, but that wasn't including in the annual maintenance. It's going to be included next time, ain't it?
Yes. It's definitely a good idea to keep checking on it. My mother had an old AC. It, unfortunately, last summer it went out in the middle of the summer, and it was super hot. So we were just waiting and waiting for the repair people to come, and then unfortunately it was like a very costly fix.
It's like units have plenty of work.
Yeah, 2,000 plus. Yes. And then they say the humidity does not help. With these AC units.
We actually had a tech guy go to our place recently, and he was telling us about a lot of preventive stuff. And he was saying, yeah, if you don't get this stuff fixed, it's going to cost you upwards about $7,000–8,000. I was just like, oh my. I was like, okay, just take care of what you can now.
Sign me up. Get it done this week before it gets too hot.
Yes,
we will. Thank you, Patty. Well, right now on KSAT.com, a reminder, the food court inside the shops at River Center Mall will undergo a major overhaul, and a popular San Antonio chef will help lead that renovation. Jason Dady Restaurant Group and a private real estate firm say a new food hall will be called Mexico City. Is that right, guys? Yes, the 21,000 square foot food hall will replace the existing food court inside the downtown mall. That is expected to open in early 2025. And that'll be nice because, I mean, I grew up with that food court.
Good to see it being revitalized, getting definitely a facelift there, the shops at River Center. All right, we're taking a look right now at live cam as we take a look at the city of San Antonio and seen a little bit of the sun come out there, but let's check out our TransGuide traffic cameras. We are seeing 90 Nogalitos traffic moving pretty good there. Same situation right there at Medio Creek, and that's a nice look at the sunrise across the city on a Tuesday morning. 281 at Borgfield, same situation there as well. No major incidents if you're about to step outside right now. Good news for our drivers. Justin.
Not a lot of clouds. It looks a little hazy out there, but that's not a big deal. 98 degrees today. Is where we end up. 98 tomorrow. I think there's a small outside chance of a shower reaching the northern limits of our viewing area tomorrow. But it's Thursday and Friday that we're going to watch for showers and storms to kind of work their way down into San Antonio. And honestly, going through the forecast, it's kind of like, man, this is so awesome because last summer, you know, I didn't have a lot to do. So this is good. This is good.
Yeah, keep us busy, Mother Nature, for sure. We appreciate the rain and the cloud cover.
Yeah. Shout out real quick to our guy Colin Woods, doing a lot of things in the background there, our GMSA producer. We'll be back at 9.